Um, all right. What's good, Twitch? This is Ball watching. I am. It's been a while, man. It's been about 5, 6 weeks. I haven't had my PC for right now. I got a bet today, so we gonna go ahead and get started. Um, I wanna. It's gonna be a very, 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 very long screen. If you're new to the channel, make sure like, follow, and subscribe, man. I'm really trying to start this screaming jump for real. Like, it's really gonna get to where I'm able to do this. Also, my full-time job as software engineer. So we're gonna get started. Here's me. Yo, it's me. Uh, I want to dive into basketball and football content today for you guys. I know it's been about 4 or 5 weeks. A lot of crazy stuff has been happening, so I'm gonna just let y'all know. Uh, it's gonna be a lot of stuttering. It's gonna be a lot of moments. It's gonna be a lot of I've seen this before. Just be aware. I was trying to get this July, I think July 5th. I would say before after the 4th. I was gonna get it before then, but hey, we're here now. So let's get it. Episode 1, man. Let's do it. So I'm gonna start you guys off with the record positions of NFL record positions for this year, upcoming season, 2026. Obviously, we know the big trades that happened. Myles Garrett got traded for Jared Verse and a couple firsts. A lot of moves been made. Like AJ Brown got traded to the Patriots. Uh, a lot of heated moments as far as NFL has been going on. Dexter Lawrence just went to the Bengals, so hopefully it helps their offense. Uh, the team, as far as record predictions, I'm going to spin a wheel and we're going to do a record predictions for this upcoming season. Let's do it. Let's start it. All right. So, whatever team I spin on, I'm going to drop down and look at their schedule. Obviously, we're going to avoid preseason games and whatnot, and I'm going to look at their floor and their ceiling. So, let's do it. We have the Denver Broncos, man. Denver, 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 man. Denver, Denver, Denver. So, oh, God. Okay. All right, cool. All right, so, yo, what's up? What's up, Mar? What's going on? All right, so we're gonna get into the Denver Broncos schedule really quickly. Um, Denver Broncos, my high man. Great team, great team, great team. All right. Obviously, I'm not gonna do over and unders. That's not kind of me. That's not what I do. Let's see. Yo, what's up, Mir? What's going on? Clouds. Okay, okay, okay. Um, let's see. We gonna start. Okay, I get it. September 14th. Broncos play the Chiefs. I think they win this game. I really do. I think they win this game. I think they don't beat the Chiefs easily. Patrick Mahomes will be healthy to start week 1. I'm looking for maybe a 10-point game. Maybe I would say maybe 21-17, like a small like game, or something like a 10-point game where it's like, no team can score. All the defenses have been, readjusted and whatnot. Chiefs defense is really lapsed over the years, but Spag's defense for sure is it's gonna give Bo Nix some trouble. But hey, I believe in Bo Nix right now this year. And I think they get this win. Jaguars, they're coming off of down year. Everybody was looking at 13-4. 13-4 was their this team was predicted to go to the Super Bowl. Some people say AFC Championship or bust. This team lost Travis Etienne in the offseason. He went to the Saints, and a lot of key pieces as far as coming back from injury, like Travis Hunter and things like that. I think to start this season, I think the Jaguars kind of go into a slump this year with the backfield and Liam Cohen's offense. I think they go into a little bit of a slump because I think Trevor Lawrence start the season I think Trevor Lawrence is his dude's talking about Steelers whooping this. Nah, I don't know about the Steelers. We gonna get to the Steelers. Hey, if I do a record prediction on the Steelers, I'm definitely gonna let you know that. As far as the Jaguars, I think Trevor Lawrence starts off slow, and then towards the middle of the season, he kind of gets back to where he needs to be, top 10, top 15 level at most. But I'm giving it to the Broncos. The Broncos are 2-0. Rams, shit. What can I say, man? Rams, Myles Garrett, that defense gonna give Bo Nix some trouble. I'm telling you this now. Uh, this team can either start off 2-1 or 1-2. It or 0-3. It really just depends on what version of Bo Nix you are getting in this first couple 5-8 weeks because this record this schedule is brutal, man, for the Broncos for real. And I think it's a loss here. I think the Rams handle this comfortably. I'll look for like maybe for the Jaguars Broncos. I did a score prediction for the Broncos Chiefs, so I'm gonna do one for the Jaguars Broncos for it real quick. I think it's going to be. I think it's gonna be 35-20. I think that's the. I think Trevor Lawrence gets some points on the board, but I don't think it's gonna be enough for that defense. Uh, let's stop Bo Nix and them. Uh, with the addition of Jalen Waddle, I forgot to add that they did bring Jalen Waddle in. Hopefully, the run game can get back to normal. So 20-35 is my prediction for Rams Broncos. I'm not gonna lie, this is gonna probably shock some people, but I think the Rams start off cold to start the season. Uh, I don't think the Rams would lose to the Broncos, but I think if I do Rams, if uh, if I do a record prediction for the Rams, they will definitely uh it it definitely will be I think hold on, give me a second, y'all. I need to mute these people. For the Rams, I'm looking for them to start off a little bit strong, not much. I don't look for them to do anything except make the playoffs. Honestly, Rams score prediction will be, let's see, 25-10. 25-10. I think Bo Nix puts a touchdown on the board. I think their defense is going to be way too much for Bo Nix to handle. As far as the defensive mindset, I know Sean McVay is an offensive minded coach, but I think the defense will hold up given the talent and the efficiency of their. If they can get stops and everybody's on the one accord, I think they beat Broncos pretty easily. So you're looking at my record prediction 2-1 to start the season. Some people will have the Broncos 0-3. A lot of biased people will have them 3-0. 49ers, Broncos 49ers, good game to start the season. I'm pretty sure everybody's healthy. The Brandon Ayuk situation is still up in the air. Well, for what I've seen from OTAs, I think Strickland is going to be wide receiver one, followed by Ricky Pearsall and them. And then you got Chris McCaffrey, George Kittle. You know, you got the guys. And I think Mike Evans, Strickland will probably be wide receiver two. I think Mike Evans started the season pretty out strong. Wide receiver one. He's a 1K guy. He's always getting 1,000 yards when healthy. I think this year Mike Evans will definitely get 1,000 yards, probably 1,200 this year is my prediction. For the Broncos 49ers, this game will be actually close. I would predict the score to be 30-35. It's going to be a high scoring game, a lot of defensive fronts for the Broncos to make Brock Purdy a little bit uncomfortable. I think Brock Purdy, with the talent he has, I think he can put up some numbers. And I think Bo Nix can put up some numbers too. It's going to be a great game. October 4th, 425. This is probably a primetime game. So was the Rams Broncos. Broncos probably lose that one. So this is probably prime time 4 to like 8 o'clock. So yeah. Broncos, Chargers. Broncos, Chargers. Chargers looking pretty hot this year. I would say Broncos, Chargers. They're probably even as far as talent on the offensive side. Defensive side, definitely got to give it to the Broncos. I think Justin Herbert still puts up points as far as the offense. They got Mike McDaniel from the Dolphins, and I think the run game will be a strong suit of theirs since they got Joe Alt and Rashawn Slater back for the offensive tackles. I think they'll be pretty good this year for the run game. I don't know about Mike McDaniel's scheme because he tends to draw up plays like screen routes and like slant routes and go balls. Because with Tua, I think he was a first read quarterback. I think he was limited of what he can do given history, injury, and stuff like that. So Mike McDaniel was trying to be cautious of his production during the season. And I think with Justin Herbert, he's gonna uplift Justin Herbert, and he's probably gonna have a top 5 MVP year. That's my dark horse for MVP. If y'all not wondering, Justin Herbert in this offense will talent wise be okay if he can remain at a top 10 offense rating, stuff like that. He'll make a wild card. So we are at, I think, what I say, loss to the Rams. So we're sitting at 2-3 and wait. So I picked the Broncos to beat the Chiefs. I picked the Broncos to beat the Jaguars. I picked the Rams to beat the Broncos to 2-1. 49ers Broncos. Yeah, 3-1. I think the Broncos start off 4-1. I think the Broncos, but they can easily start off at 1-3 or one and I can easily start off at 1-3. I think the Chiefs, the Rams, and the 49ers will get them hell. I really do. The Chargers, I'll give them this one. So looks like 4-2. Yep. No, actually 4-1. 4-1. I'll be 4-1 to start the season for my representation. Seahawks, I think that's a loss here. Even though they lost a couple pieces on defense, I really think this team can generate a lot of pressure. The Seahawks from last year is still the Seahawks of old this year. I think they give Bo Nick some trouble, and I think they lose here. I think they lose in primetime game, 8:15. It's probably a Thursday night game, I would say. If not, it's probably a Sunday night game, and I think they lose here. I really do. So 4-3. Broncos are 4-2, 4-2, 4-2. Lost to the Rams and the Seahawks. Uh, Let me actually write this down because I be forgetting sometimes. Give me a second, y'all. So we got win to the Chiefs, win, loss to the Rams, so win to the win, win, loss. So it's down at 4-2 for the Broncos. Now we move to the Cardinals. Sneaky game. I don't think the Cardinals would win maybe 3 games this year. That's a loss. That's an easy loss, and I think it's a blowout. I think Bo Nix bounces back from the Seahawks loss, and I think he puts up 3 touchdowns and maybe 225 yards. Maybe 240, 3 touchdowns. Uh, and I think the kicker has maybe 2 kicks or something like that. Because Cardinals always, they fight hard on defense and don't really stop nobody sometimes. The Chiefs, I gave them the loss there. I'll give them the loss. Gave them the win there against the Chiefs. I'll give them loss here. I think the Chiefs split this year. I think they split this year. Broncos could easily 2-0 these people, but I think when you take into account the divisions and how the divisions work, they usually split because when you play a two, it's hard to be a team twice, man. It's really hard to beat them 3 times in a row. So when you're factoring in divisions and stuff like that, you'll give them the loss here. So we're sitting at 5-3. I look 5-4. Sitting at 5-4 for the Broncos here. Like I said, I gave them that loss to the Seahawks. I gave them that loss to the Rams. No, actually, yeah. So let's see. Beat the Chiefs. Beat the Jaguars. Lose to the Rams. win to the 49ers, win to the Chargers, lost to the Seahawks. Uh, and by the way, if I don't do this in order, please let me know. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we're 5-2. Broncos are 5-2 to start the season. Uh, I would say this is their bye week. If it's a bye week, let me know because I don't know what the bye week is for them. So we're just gonna move forward. Broncos Panthers. Wait, let me see. Lost. Yeah, we on week 9. So we're at 6-2 for the Broncos. My fault. I'm sorry. Correct me. Correct that one. So a win against the Chiefs, a win against the Jaguars, a loss against the to recap, loss against the Rams, win to the 49ers, win to the Chargers, lose to the Seattle, win to the Cardinals, lose to the Chiefs. So it's sitting at week 9. What? 9. I gave them the win here. I'm tripping. Sitting at 5-3. I'm sorry. Uh, Panthers. I'm looking for Bryce Young to, make some timely throws here and there, but I think they'll lose pretty comfortably. Chiefs Broncos will be closer the week before. Chiefs Broncos will be 13-10 Chiefs or 21-10 Chiefs. I don't think they'll let the same thing happen that they did in week 1. I'm gonna give the win to the to the Chiefs here. I mean not Chiefs. I'm gonna give a win to the Broncos. I think the Panthers lose pretty easily. 28-13 will be a prediction. Raiders, I'll give the win here. Raiders are looking to rebuild. I'm pretty sure by this week they'll start Mendoza. And Mendoza with their defense, I don't know what he's gonna do. This might be a sneaky game. It might be a loss here for the Denver Broncos, given last season when Bo Nix was atrocious on Thursday night against the Raiders. But you have to take into account the conditions that everybody say. He was just bad that game. He was just a bad quarterback, man. That happens. Sneaky game for the Raiders. That sneaky game. I'm gonna get on a win here though. Steelers, gotta get them to win here. I don't think the Steelers are building anything positive. I think Aaron Rodgers is coming off a year where, I mean, he really didn't do much as far as creating any offensive juice. The only place he had to go, it was either him or Minnesota. They said no to both him and Sam Darnold. So I think the Steelers would be his ongoing. I think the floor for the Steelers is, well, when we get to the Steelers, I'll say their floor and their ceiling. The floor for them is probably over 500. Ceiling is probably a playoff win. But I don't really see this team making it past the second round at all. So I'm gonna give them the win here. Broncos, I'll say the score maybe 17-34. 17-34 is my prediction. I know Mari in the chat is probably livid. Oh, we can beat the Broncos. Probably not, buddy. That man Jalen, bro, talk about some hate camp. Man, okay. Anyway, um, let's see, Steelers. Okay, we're on week 12 right now. Dolphins, that's a win for the Broncos. I would say Dolphins are coming off a rebuild stage. They got Malik Willis at quarterback. Dolphins defense is pretty much gonna let up points. Bo Nix probably gonna have is gonna have a solid year. I think a lot of these bottom feeder teams are pretty much just gonna let up points, and I don't think they're gonna be much of anything. They'll fight hard, but I don't think they'll be much of it. Jets versus Broncos. I'm gonna give them a W here because it's given the Jets history. They always an up and down team. They'll make some timely turnovers here and there, but I think the Broncos beat them. Record prediction for Broncos Dolphins is probably 28-10 at most. Record prediction for Broncos Jets. 17-28. I don't think this team will put up points. I'll give Jets a touchdown. 21, probably 21-7. It's probably the score. Uh, Broncos Raiders. I think the Raiders split here. Yo, I think the Raiders split here. The Raiders split different divisional rivalries. I think Bo Nix plays okay, but I think they'll win. I think the Raiders will win. I just really think divisions should split every year sometimes, but they can 2-0 them at least. I'm I'm actually changing my pick here. I'm actually gonna pick them to win. I think they will sweep the Raiders. I think they'll sweep the Raiders this year. Given Bo Nix, he made it to a second round, beat Josh Allen in a playoff matchup. I think he has the confidence to bounce back and take care of business this season. Bills. Ah, now this is a game I love, man. I love the December games, man. You really find out who's really talented, who's really going to the playoffs, and who really can have a chance to win the Super Bowl. I'm picking. It's late. It's late December. I'm picking the Bills here. I'm letting the Broncos lose this one, given the fact Josh Allen in a playoff matchup against the Broncos. I mean, without the 4 or 5 turnovers, he easily beats them by like 3 touchdowns. Given Josh Allen mistakes, he surely won't remember. He surely will remember second round for sure. Um, I think they'll both duel it out. I think the Bills defense is slightly is regressed. They play good when it's when the lights come on, bro. That Bills defense plays good. Given the fact that Bills let up maybe the third least points in the playoffs, I think the Bills team they're gonna wake up for this game. They're gonna get it gone. Patriots Broncos. Um, Patriots Broncos. That's a good game. This is the rematch of the AFC Championship, but I think it won't. I think it won't be. I think it won't be close. Uh, for the Bills Broncos, 24-21. Like it's a throwaway game. Kicker wins game winner. But I think Josh Allen outperforms Bo Nix in that matchup. I think Bo Nix outperforms Mendoza in that matchup. And Bo Nix versus Drake May, I'm gonna be honest. Broncos can win this game, but they can also lose this game. Um, mm, Patriots Broncos. Patriots just did AJ Brown, so they got some juice on offense. Drake May coming off a second in MVP voting, looking to make the best of what this season is because I think they have a hard schedule this year, given the playoff run that they had. Drake May in the playoffs just didn't progress as much if you wanted him to, and I think during the MVP voting, I think a lot of those games that they were playing were just stat padding numbers. That might be a hot take, but I just think Drake May with a defense like this will struggle. So I think they'll put up points given the talent. So I score 28-14. I'm giving the edge to the Broncos here. So we're looking at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13-3. Yeah, 13-4, 13-4. Which brings us to our last game, Chargers versus Broncos. Uh, I think the Chargers beat the Broncos this time. I don't think this is probably the Chargers. I would say a prediction for this: Chargers win. They get in. They get in the playoffs. So yeah, week 18, everything's on the line. So uh, the bye week is somewhere. It was a lot of splits here. So they lost to the Bills. They lost to the Chiefs. They lost to the Chargers. Lost to the Seahawks. So key games: Bills, Chiefs, Chargers, Seahawks. Do remember they have to play the Chiefs twice. They can easily be 2-0 or you can split. Chargers, same thing. They can easily be 2 or they can split. Simple as that. I chose Chiefs split, Chargers split for that. So the crucial losses will be Bills, Chiefs, Chargers, Seahawks. I think those teams are a little bit better as a force to just finishing games and finishing strong, as opposed to the Broncos. I do trust Bo Nix to put up points. Like I said, Bo Nix will have maybe a top 10 quarterback season, and he will be probably ahead of Trevor Lawrence this year if he performs well again. And Trevor Lawrence, like, puts up these godly numbers, but playoffs, it just doesn't matter. Uh, and that's my record for the Broncos, 13-4. They can easily be 11-6, 10-7. I bet, yeah, 11-6, 10-7, and easily get into a wild card spot. It's a lot of these games that are really tricky and a little tied down to just quarterback play and who just who just plays, who just plays better. All right. The floor for Broncos, I already said it. The floor is probably uh the floor as far as wins. If you're telling me floor, ceiling is Super Bowl. I think this team could go to the Super Bowl this year. I think this team will I don't think they'll go to. Maybe they'll go to the Super Bowl this year. I don't know. It's out of like 4 or 5 teams in the AFC could really have a strong chance to make the Super Bowl. I'll give them like a 20% chance to make the Super Bowl. I really think this team is just it's key pieces, man. It's just a lot on the defensive side. Just all it depends on the quarterback play. What type of Broncos are we getting? Are we getting Bo Nix in December? Are we getting Bo Nix in January? Are we getting Bo Nix in October? It just all depends on the quarterback, and that just is what it is, man. Bo Nix, I think he'll play well. I think he'll get mostly to a. I think the ceiling is a. I think the ceiling is probably AFC Championship. I don't think they'll make the Super Bowl, me personally. Um, but they have a damn good chance of making the Super Bowl. Well, the ceiling is Super Bowl. I'm sorry, the floor is probably AFC Championship. I think there's a lot more teams in the AFC that are not better than the Broncos. Talent down, it's just who do you bank on? Do you bank on Josh Allen to make a play? Do you bank on Lamar Jackson, which will, if I spin a wheel and do a Lamar tape, Lamar Jackson Ravens, it all depends. And the Chiefs, if they bounce back, I don't think the Chiefs will make the AFC Championship per se, but hell, I wouldn't be surprised if they do. So that's my record prediction for the Broncos. Tune in for that. All right. We have some NBA offseason rankings and moves this offseason. I'm not going to do the rankings this episode. I will do them next episode. Next episode will be tomorrow, around the same time, 7 o'clock, 6:30, 7 o'clock. NBA offseason moves. All right, so the big splash names are Giannis, the Giannis's, the LeBrons. I didn't get all of the right offseason moves as far as like what did they get back, but I did put them in the last couple of slides here. So the Heat get Giannis, Bobby Portis, Bucks get their guys Tyler Hero, Khalil Ware, Jaime Jaquez. We're tuning over to basketball, so if you ask me about football, I'm done with football for today. So yeah. KD better. KD not better, bro. Sorry. KD's not even a top 10 player all time. But, we'll get to that later. Uh, comparing to Conrad's third, 3 first-round picks. I'm just going to say KJ. 3 first-round picks. Number 13 was Native Men this year. Just to let y'all know that. 1 pick swap, 1 second-rounder pick. Wolves get number 33 pick, 2026 draft. I don't know who that was. I think that was Isaiah Evans, but I could be wrong. From Kentucky, wing guy. Next, get Randall, number 28, 2028 pick in the 2026 draft. And the Bulls get Nick Claxton and Moge. So, for this trade, I'm just going to rattle off what I'll give it as far as a grade. I think Giannis, the Heat get a B+. I think they get their star. I think they get their star in Giannis. I think they get a backup big in Bobby Portis to play the 4 alongside with Bam. I think this team will probably make at most Eastern Conference Finals next year, but this year they'll probably win a playoff game or two. Playoff series. They'll probably win 1 playoff series, but there's a lot of teams that are better. The Knicks are better. The Raptors are better. I think those two teams are way better than the Heat right now. It's previously constructed, and I think for just to be, I think the Bucks got back some key pieces. I think they're in a rebuilding year. Me personally, Ryan Rollins, as far as point guard alongside Brandon Burris that they did get this year. It's a good front court. I don't know about defensively. I'll have to see during the 82 game sample that we have, or even if the guys play. Tyler Hero, Khalil Ware, Jaime Jaquez, KP, and three first. So they get Native Man, Brandon Burries to go along with their squad. I think I'll give a Bucks a C here. I think you got back what you could have for Giannis, but I think you could have got back a little bit more. Maybe an Andrew Wiggins, maybe one of those key guys like a Norman Powell. They didn't really have to give up Norman Powell to start the season, but I think for the most part, you got back what you kind of want. I would say you want guys just get out there and play ball and try to compete at the highest level. As far as that, so I would say the grade for the Bucks would be probably a C plus. We just don't know what these stars are gonna be. Khalil Ware had motor issues throughout the season. Sometimes he just remains unplayable during the regular season. So do you really trust him in a playoff setting? Probably not. I think this team will finish. The Heat will finish with 42, 43 wins. That's my record prediction for them. Depending on the schedule and the playoff seeding, I'll give them a higher seeding. They'll probably finish a 6 seed. They'll probably be a 6 seed this year. I don't really think this team, as far as the Heat, have added pieces to like move the needle as far as to be a contention and make the NBA Finals. I think they will make the. I think they will make the semifinals. I think they will lose in the semifinals, given the teams that are just mildly ahead of them, given talent and also coaching. And the way these players play, they players try to get it, man. So that's my grades and stuff like that. Me personally, I think you should have, Lord Jesus. I think you should have got back a little bit more for Giannis, given his history. Two-time DPOY, NBA champion. Led the league and led the league sometimes. They have a little bit of more. You know, Giannis had a little bit more value towards when he won the championship until now. He's dealt with injuries. Him and Dame didn't work out. There's reports saying Dame and Giannis didn't want to work out together. It's just a whole big mess. I don't know why they signed a 37-year old scorer coming off the ACL. So that's just me. I'm not a GM. I'm not running an organization, so I don't know what's behind the closed doors. All right, Wolves. Now, Wolves did make some offseason move. They did add LaMelo Ball, which we'll get into in a moment. But let's talk about this rental trade just for a minute. The Wolves get number 33 pick. The Nets get Randall. Bulls get Nick Claxton and Mogay. I think really the Wolves just want to get off Randall because of salary dump. I think they knew to move on from Randall. I don't think he sets the needle as far as what you had in Cat. I think Cat got better as years went on, and I think the Minnesota they took a shot. They just wanted to get off Cat for cash consideration and just wanted more cap space so they can upgrade the team. But I think they bite him in the butt. I think they bit him in the butt this year. I think the Knicks winning the championship really encapsulated who won the trade. I think the Knicks won the trade pretty easily. They got a championship out of it. Took them 2 years, but they got one. Shout out to Catman. I'm happy for that man, for real. Got his ring. Got all the naysayers in his face talking about how he can't be this high level defender. You can't win a playoff series. You can't even win a finals with him. So Shout outs to Cat and proving the doubters wrong. Uh, Bulls get Nick Claxton, Mo Gay. I'm not really moved by this, honestly. The Bulls are just stacked right now as far as who do they want to who do they want to run the franchise. I think Caleb Wilson, which we'll talk about in a minute. I think he's the franchise setter, even though Mataz Buzelis is there as far as being young. I think they'll build around those two guys. I think they'll be complementary pieces around them and see what the Bulls can do. I think the Bulls can make some pretty. I think the Bulls can make some noise. I think the Knicks just with MPJ and Julius Randle. I mean, it's gonna be pretty much like maybe 35 wins, 36 wins, 37 wins. I don't think they will make the playoffs. Uh, I think I have a better chance of Charlotte making the playoffs, given they move off LaMelo, than the Nets making the playoffs. Me personally. Wolves get Wolves wins probably go back up to about 55. That's a high. That's a high seed. Probably in the West. It's probably like a 4 seed. I think the Wolves finished fourth in the seeding as far as playoffs. Oh, and I didn't give my floor and ceilings for the Heat and Bucks. So the floor for the Heat is probably conference semis. Ceiling is probably conference finals. Bucks is ceiling is playing team. Floor is probably first round series, like a playoff game. That's literally how I view the Bucks. I don't think they'll do anything this year. The Bulls, as far as they'll be competitive, they'll be in games, they'll be in close games, giving Caleb Wilson the ability to score off the dribble. And from what I've seen in summer league, I think we kind of value guys that score a lot of points in the summer league, and we kind of overlook those other guys that come into fruition. I think Dylan Swain, if you didn't watch him, please go watch him. I think when he's developed, I think he'll be a complementary piece behind Mataz and Caleb Wilson. And given the ability to score off the dribble and kick it out to defenders, I think Caleb Wilson's handling may be a little bit slightly below average, but if he can develop that handle, he'll be a pretty good player franchise wise to lead your team to I'll say about 35 wins with Josh Giddey and them. They'll be competitive though. They'll be a competitive 40-win team for sure at most. And the ceiling is probably I'll say ceiling maybe um ceiling is probably a play-in spot or like an 8 seed. I think the Bulls can go as high as 8 seed, which I would love for the Bulls to be in that playoffs because I would love to see what Caleb Wilson is in the playoffs. How Caleb Wilson, man, I really am. Okay, Hornets. Hornets getting Naz some swaps, some Minnesota first, second round picks. I'm not gonna butcher or go over this. Kind of already went through it. LaMelo Ball and Josh Green go to the Wolves. I think LaMelo Ball will improve Ant's scoring ability as well as his just his scoring output. I think the Wolves tasked a lot on. I think the Wolves tasked a lot on Anthony Edwards' situation where he can really handle it. Of course, you want these wing guys to be able to play make at a high level, but if your output is scoring in an offensive engine, what do I need you to play make for? I just need you to play defense on the other end and just be a threat on offense and defense on the other end. I don't really need you to play make as much. Melo Ball helps that. Given his ability to score off the dribble, giving LaMelo Ball the ability to play make, I think his playmaking is his greatest strength. I don't think, but I'm not gonna doubt his scoring. His scoring ability to finish off the rim and just do the high floaters and the the lob threat with Rudy and LaMelo is gonna be amazing. I'm excited to watch the Wolves this year. Not my favorite team, but I'm excited to watch the LaMelo and Rudy tandem because I feel like Rudy played himself into another contract year this year, given the way he did Jokic this year. I think he played defensively. I think he played well, and I don't think you need along with Rudy. I don't think you really need offensive upside in Rudy. I think you just need him to catch lobs at a timely rate and just finish above the rim. I think Rudy Gobert will be pretty good in the playoffs going up. I think they'll be. I think this team, as far as ceiling wise and floor, I think the floor is probably maybe 58 wins and a 6 seed. I think they'll finish as top 6 seed. I don't think they'll make. I don't think they'll be in a play-in tournament. The ceiling for them is the finals. I think this team can make the finals. Like given when healthy and given the pieces that they have a Jaden McDaniels that score a little bit in time of plays. They have a Mellow Ball that can create for others as well as himself. So you can disregard the ant, doing all the everything, point guard and shooting guard and the defender he is. You will look for Anthony Edwards to just run in transition. LaMelo Ball likes to run in transition. So with that being said, Ant, get your ass down the floor and get ready for throw a lob or get ready to go spark up, shoot some jumpers, man. I think Lamelo transition will be amazing to watch. I think Rudy and Lamelo with the pick and roll is gonna be beautiful. I don't think many teams, as far as the backcourt, can stop that except for Giannis and probably Bam, like versatile wing defenders that can get out in space and not box you up, but limit you as far as offensively. The Grizzlies receive Isaiah Stewart. The Pistons received three future second round picks: Knicks, Pistons, Bucks, 2031 VA Mavs, and 2032 VA Pistons. Honestly, I'm not gonna lie. This trade, it just baffles my mind how we need a backup big, and I think a lot of people said in the playoffs, Isaiah Stewart was statistically better than Jalen Duren. The Pistons did literally nothing to upgrade their They did literally nothing to upgrade their team. Like they're the same team this year, the same team last year. The only thing is they don't have IT. They don't have B still. Uh, so with that being said, I think Isaiah Stewart, as far as Grizzlies, it'd be a culture difference. I think he'll give some culture with Cam Boozer and fire up the team. But I think as far as playing, I think he'll be pretty average. For the Pistons, I'm not gonna lie, man. I'm scared for the Pistons, man. If they don't make a move this offseason, as far as getting talent, I think the NBA offseason is almost over. If they don't make a move next offseason, it's up for grabs who can get traded and who can get moved. Uh, Pistons, as far as the Grizzlies, I think they'll be probably a playing team, maybe losing the first playing game. That'd be probably a 10 seed at worst. I think Cam Boozer has shown flashes in the summer league to be effective. But I don't think as far as like they don't have like a franchise guy. They have a franchise guy, it's Cam Boozer, but they don't have like an offensive creator as far as their team. So I don't think they'll be pretty much effective against teams that have those and have better defensive. I don't think the Grizzlies have better defense than those other teams. Pistons receive nothing. A bunch of scraps in 29. I think it's just Cade and just ride it out, man. I just think Cade's floor this year is probably gonna be a little less than 60 wins this year. I think they'll be close to 52, 51. I think they'll lose a couple more games given, losing B Stu. So I'll knock that down to about 48, 44. I think this team really I think this team, if they don't make the at least the conference finals this year, it won't be a failed season, but I am looking at them like where you didn't make moves to improve your roster, and you also didn't make moves to make your roster better than last year. So you're kind of in the same spot as Orlando. So I think both of y'all probably won't miss the playoffs. I think one of y'all will miss the playoffs. And I don't think it's going to be the Pistons, me personally. I think it's going to be the Magic, given just the defensive season and injuries. But we'll get to those later when we do record predictions for NBA too. So I'm gonna do a record prediction tomorrow. It's gonna be NFL, NBA, NFL, NBA. I'm gonna do it every. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna flip flop. Talk about some games and stuff that I like. Uh, Pistons floor. Probably 45 wins, maybe a playoff game win, playoff series win. Uh, win 4-2. Pistons win 4-2. Ceiling is probably conference finals. I don't think they made the finals with this roster, man. I really don't think they made the second round with this roster. I think this roster is really limited when it comes to offensive efficiency and just making timely plays at a high rate. I think it's just Caden them. Like it's literally just Caden them again. So K will be top 5 in MVP probably this year as well. That's my dark horse for MVP. If you're not wondering, that's always been my dark horse ever since K got in the league. I always like K, man, Oklahoma State legend, bro. And man, draft talks and more. Obviously, you know the big names: AJ, Darren, Cam. My favorite is Malik Thomas. Malik Thomas FC. Uh, talk about that dude. That dude's a bona fide scorer for real. Like that dude can score at all levels. He's a pretty much a sleeper for the Cavs. I think if they can get him to produce at a high level, I think he was playing some playoff games. I think I'll give him some valuable minutes. Number 13, as I said, the Giannis trade got them native men. He's a raw talent right now. Uh, native men. So the Milwaukee has the Miami's pick. So a lot of these 1 through 30s were changed, given teams went down, teams traded down to get better cap, get better off the cap, or just get better because they didn't have the player that they wanted. Clippers did trade Ivica Zubac last think before the All-Star break. I'm pretty sure they did trade them in the All-Star break, given the fact the Pacers kind of just, they kind of gambled on this year because they thought they were going to get a top 5 pick. Given I think they were 15 in the East last year. It was a bottom 5 team, man, without Tyrese Halliburton. I think Tyrese Halliburton bounced back, but I don't think he'll bounce back like other people will say he does. Doing all those windmills in open gym, it's not going to translate to an actual 82 game season. So I think he'll actually need to get back to where he was. And I think this team will probably be in a play-in. I think this team will probably make an 8 seed at most. I think it's the 8 seed team that I predict that will probably make an 8 seed and probably lose in the first round. I don't think this team, essentially, like on paper, like if you think about it, Tyrese Halliburton, Pascal Siakam, did Neesmith go? I think Neesmith go. Mathurin went. Nimhart's still there. I think TJ McConnell's still there. They don't really have guys. They don't really have enough wings, man. They need a lot of wing help. And the defenses they'll be playing, of course they'll run in transition. Of course they'll get out in transition, but can they get stops? Can they get stops in the East? And a lot of these teams have bulked up defensively as far as just a defensive mentality. Like I don't think these teams will. They'll run with those teams. Like the older teams, they'll probably beat those teams more than not because of the transition and how Tyree Halliburton likes to run his offense. And Rick Carlisle, I just don't think this team is ready right now. And with Ivica Zubac, he'll probably add some more, maybe 10, 12 more wins. They'll probably finish as an 8 seed. I think they'll win like 40 some games. And they'll just get in. They'll barely get in. They'll play in. So these are the round 1 and round 2 predictions. Like I said, that 33 pick was Isaiah Evans. I was correct on that. Shout out to me, man. Getting this thing done, man. AJ the Banster, number 1, Darren 2, Cam Boozer 3, Caleb Wilson 4. The top 5 were pretty clear um as far as first and second round. Looking at this draft 2026, I do as far as Summer League just did pass, so a lot of these teams players I really heavily will evaluate sometimes. And I will tell you, Darius Akos Jr., boy, you got to get to work, my boy. Got to get to work on the defensive side, man. You just can't be lousing around letting Keon Wagler just run offense through you. And I think that's Darius Akos Jr. Thing about defense. I don't think he really knows the basic defenses, I would say. Cause there's no way I saw a play that was just crazy. It's just like he's on the wing, right? He goes down to the corner and he's just looking at the ball the whole time. He's not even looking at his man. So the man just blows by him and just lays the ball up. Can't do that in the NBA, man. You gotta watch your man. You gotta keep your head on swivel. You gotta watch out for screens and things of that nature. Um, I really like Yaxel Lindeborg. I think he'll have a good. I think he'll have a good NBA. I don't really like grading rookies right now, but I think his career will be cut short given his age. I think as far as being a talent, like being a top guys, I don't think he'll be that. But he's NBA ready for sure. I've seen him in summer league. He just wowed me with like, damn, this dude really like he's just like you would think he's a second year, third year player the way he's playing in the game, but he's a rookie. So it's kind of crazy the way these people just come out of woodworks and you just know them now. You know their names on the map. Cameron Carr was the Knicks. They traded down with the Lakers, so the Lakers have him. Cameron Carr is pretty good. I think he'll be utilized in the Lakers scheme because I don't think the Lakers really have somebody that can actually just be like as far as effective on both ends. There's a lot of issues with a lot of those teams where you have a lot of offensive oriented guys just score, 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 and limited on defense. That's gonna get you a first round exit at most. So I think Kevin Carr brings that juice where he can contribute on both ends of the floor. I'm not gonna go through all of these draft players. I did like Malik Thomas. I do like Malik Thomas. To me, he's my favorite in this draft. I like Malik. I like the way he sets his scoring up. He's not also an off ball player. He also can translate during screen navigation and things like that. I like the way he showed out in Summer League. I think he made first team all Summer League or second team. It is either one of those two. And sleepers, I would say Ryan Conwell and it was another guy from the Warriors that I liked. Uh, Ryan Conwell seems like a guy that can be a Dennis Jenkins role where he could come off and spark a little bit and get your team going, man. I really like that, man. I really like that. And also, Baba Midler is interesting. He's a raw prospect, but I see him in summer league, and I will say his ability to attack the paint is crazy. To be active on both the defensive and the offensive end. He's not really an offensive engine as far as the offensive, like get him in the post and he backs up, post up big. He's more of a like a defensive, like he's more of like a rim protector, and he's little to nothing on offense a little bit. I like that pick. I like that pick for the Clippers. If he can, get into a role where it's comfortable with him, they'll have a big man for uh, DG to throw lobs to, and Keaton to get off screen navigation. I'm not gonna go through all of these because all of these dudes they're not irrelevant, but like I think the big names really just showed you, hey, this is why I'm him, or I'm looking at Darius under the microscope. I'm looking at Keaton under the microscope. A lot of these other guys just breakouts, just see who they can be, and Eddie Mara, I'm looking at him under a microscope as well. So those three, I'm looking at everybody just as a wait and see, honestly. So these are the new free agencies for 2026. Obviously, you have the Hall exciting Lou Dort, Aaron Winnings. I don't know who the guy on the left of Lou is, but I think the guy on the right of Lou is Ryan Nimhart, and a guy from OKC as well. I don't know who that is on the right. I'm sorry if I let me know who that is, and I'll get back with him. The Celtics added Mike Conley, Paul George, Mitchell Robinson. I'm not just gonna go. I'm just gonna let y'all see these people. Uh, they're 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 just all up here. You can look at them if you want. Uh, the big name is probably LeBron James and Jalen Brown getting traded. LeBron actually signing and Jalen Brown getting traded. I think it helps Boston and I think it helps Philly. I think Philly needs a creator that can score on both ends and score on the defensive end. With LeBron playing point guard, I think it was related to ESPN. I think it will take Jalen Brown a little bit used to getting to the floor. and getting to the four. I don't think Jalen Brown will be really much valuable at the four. I mean, it could be, but I think his three is probably his best attribute. I don't think Jalen Brown can play the four. I don't think he's a big dude, but I think he has size. Like, don't get me wrong, Jalen Brown is strong as fuck actually. LeBron James playing point guard, I mean, it just elevates the offense even more. Of course, they're gonna say LeBron have timely turnovers here and there, but hey, he's gonna have the ball. He's playing point guard. And Tyrese Maxey's gonna, I guess, elevate, given LeBron's IQ and things like that. LeBron's more the smart side, so he's gonna get Tyrese Maxey in the spaces he wants, and he's gonna control the offense. It just all depends on that man out east, man. The big guy, man. It all depends on Joel Embiid's ceiling. All it just depends. It just depends, man. It really does. Joel Embiid, man, does he get hurt, man? And I've been saying this for a long time. If he just loses weight, man, I'm telling you, he'll be better. He'll be better. He'll be all that weight you're carrying, running up and down the floor for 82 games. You can't do that. They're load managing him. I think he plays. I think he plays a whole All Star break, and they see him after the All Star break. I think that's what happens. And if he get hurt during the All Star break, just keep rolling, brother. I just don't know what to tell you. This man has been injured for his whole other season. The only time he hasn't been injured is when he won MVP. And I think he was still injured then. I think he had a leg injury right after. So yeah, that's the Lakers. Philadelphia for you. I'm tripping. Thinking of Lakers right now. I'm looking at them. Clippers added Rui. I don't know why the Lakers didn't sign him back, but I don't know. It's the Lakers, man. They do some screw ass shit, man. Rui averaged 55% from the three last year on corner jumpers, I think, or it was 3 points, 3 point percentage. Nuts not to sign him back, but the Clippers gave him a deal. The Lakers can give him that deal, so you're looking at like maybe maybe the Lakers have something else in store, I guess. Like I said, the Hornets received these guys. The Lakers, I just don't know about the Lakers, man. There's a lot of what if players, man. I'll be honest with you. Can Luca elevate? Can Luca and Austin elevate this team? Probably so, but I don't think they'll make it that far. Just given the history, man. Players like these, just shiny moments, like they have moments here and there, but they're more inconsistent than consistent. I don't think they'll get you very far. This is me personally. Suns receive Miles Bridges. Now Miles Bridges did get traded. I don't think that's help. I don't think that helps Hornets. I think that actually helps the Hornets. As far as getting more talent, because they can move those pieces somewhere to get another star and land one if they need to. Luke Kennard actually leaves. You have Pat Spencer. If I'm banking on his name, I don't want to say his name because I don't know it. So I'm just gonna move on. Nick Class and Norman Powell. Norman Powell goes to the Bulls. I mean, Norman Powell for that amount of money. I don't know, man. You mean to tell me the Pistons couldn't give him that deal? You mean to tell me Miami couldn't match that? You mean to tell me somebody like the Toronto Raptors couldn't get that? I mean, they ain't get Kawhi yet, but it's just crazy, man. A lot of these teams just don't take shots, and that's how you get hit in the hole. The Grizzlies are just the Grizzlies, man. I think D'Angelo Russell kind of gives this team a ceiling. I would say first round playoffs. I think, but I don't think they'll make the playoffs. I think they'll be in the play-in. I think they'll be a 10th seed. I think they'll be a 10th, 11th seed. John Morant to the Blazers. Now, this is where it gets interesting because Josh said he's coming off the bench. He said he doesn't care. Obviously, if the Blazers are losing games, he's gonna care then because you got people like Drew Holiday and Dame starting. I mean, Drew can come off the bench if he wants to. That's if Drew wants to. He getting paid. Drew's getting paid a lot. Play defense stuff. And you got Denny, you got Toomey, Kamara, you got Donovan Klinger, which is a what if. Well, Ja, you have a chance to bounce back with an organization that really just wants to send you on the bench, bro, and just let you get minutes. Honestly, I just don't see it, man. I just don't see Ja coming back from what he was in Memphis if he's on the bench, dude. Like, I really don't see it. If they can somehow lose games, they'll be like, past the All Star break, they'll be under 500. Maybe they'll think about putting Ja in, or before then, uh, so he can realize I love Ja. I love everything about Ja. I think off the court issues was the Memphis blackballing him, and also some of that was on Ja himself. I think Ja realized who he was as a person. He has a family, he has a child, so it's like, bro, come on, make some money, hoop. Get better at your craft, and maybe you'll win a championship one day. Like I said, Cavs and Malik Thomas, really good addition to Donovan Mitchell and James Harden. He can score at basically all levels of the floor except for the post. He's not a post up player, but he can get you timely plays, and if he could elevate his level of defense, now we're talking about a potential role player. And right now, getting minutes. Miami Heat, like I said, Giannis, it's Giannis, so you love it for the Heat. You hate it if you're the Bucks because you could have got more. Kings, the good old Kings, Russell Westbrook, man, you're just in the pit of hell right now, man. I don't know, man, just in the pit of hell. Like, you can't get out of it. Nobody wants to trade for you. You average 15, 6, and I think 3 turnovers a game. I think it was 15, 5, and 6 or something like that, and like average 3 turnovers. Like, nobody wants to trade for you. Nobody wants to give you off. Nobody wants to give you for cap. Nobody wants to do anything with you. So Russell Westbrook, yeah, I don't know, man. Might be time to hang it up, man. You're MVP. You're a Hall of Famer for sure. I don't know, man. That ring is spooky. Mavericks. Mavericks are interesting because they have they have the guys, but they need a guy. And I think Kyrie Irving bounced back from this year. Him and Cooper Flat, they'll be interesting to watch because Kyrie's coming back on a full season, getting a new team basically. Cooper Flag, Anthony Davis got traded, so you got to work out the kinks of the defense and stuff like that. Zachary Ricochet, not a lot of people know, but during his rookie season, he shot roughly 40% from the 3 point line as a rookie, and nobody mentioned that. Everybody was like, "Oh, this dude sucks. He's the first pick every all time. He's the first number one pick ever." I think Zachary Ricochet is not what everybody said a number one pick should have been. I think Alex Sharp should have been easily the number one pick, but I think as far as Zachary Ricochet, I think his ceiling is probably 12 points a game, maybe 3 rebounds or something like that. I don't think that draft they had a legitimate number one pick. I think a lot of those guys were just role players, and that guy was just the number one because I guess given raw talent and athletic ability, you can produce at a high level and maybe be a star in the league. The Bucks, like I said, has Tyler Hero. See what that team can do. Probably a playing team at most. Tarius Reed, Tobias Harris. Now Tobias Harris went from the Pistons to the Spurs. Now, with that being said, Pistons are weird, man. It's just like when you do good, you have a little slump here and there, and then you ball out in the playoffs. They started looking at you funny. I was like, is this dude really like, do we really need this guy? Like they did Jalen Duren. I actually think they did Jalen Duren the worst in the NBA because given he had all NBA, he didn't do well in the playoffs. He's tremendous in the playoffs. He's a year 2 player, man. You got to give him time to grow. Like, people just give up on you too early, man. And I think the playoff they could have made it ECVF this year. If Jalen Duren played better, they could have made it finals. But just gotta get better. Gotta get in the lab, buddy. Denver, Denver. Denver's in some shit right now. Jokic. I've been hearing some rumors about Jokic during this next offseason. It looks like he's gonna get moved. If they don't build a contending roster around him, it's probably over for the big guy, man. He's probably moving elsewhere. I don't know what that elsewhere is, but it's somewhere. His defensive efficiency is not really good now. He's gotten a little bit older, so you kind of just overlook his prime years because when his prime years, still in his prime by the way, but I'm saying his early prime years, you really didn't value his defense as much because it gave you the offensive output you needed. Now when his offensive output didn't really translate from the regular season to the playoffs, mind you, 3 regular season MVPs, and he gets locked up by Rudy Gobert. You're looking at, hey, where's the defense? And buddy, lo and behold, layup. Layup, Jam McDaniels. Anthony Edwards layup. Jam McDaniels layup. It's just like, man, come on, dude. 3-time MVP. Can't you know? We're not looking for Jokic to be a rim protector, but just make timely placement matter. I really think they could have just. I really think Minnesota played with their food in that series. I really think they could have swept that team. I really think they could have swept that team, and they would have been really talking about moving a couple guys. But the fact that they went 6, they kind of holding out. Peyton Watson, got to get healthy, man. I love Peyton Watson, 17-point per game guy. Defensive reliability. Defense really relies heavily on Peyton Watson sometimes and Aaron Gordon. Like that's the backbone of their defense. They're literally like Rudy Gobert on Minnesota. If they're not there, defense fall off fucking cliff, dude. Like I'm saying, like it's crazy. It's crazy, man. Crazy what AG can do for you, man. Kawhi Leonard, allegations right now. I'm not gonna talk about that. I'm just gonna let that be passed. But right now he's on the Raptors. I like him for the Raptors. Think there's floor, ceiling. It's pretty much the same. Floor is probably ECF. Probably floor. Ceiling is probably maybe finals. Finals appearance. I don't think they win the finals, but they'll be pretty damn close, given Kawhi's ability to score off the dribble and translate to the postseason. Pistons, they added. They had Isaac. Nah, don't get me wrong. The Pistons aren't cooked, man. We cater them, they'll be all right. They'll be a 50, 45 win team at most. But I just don't think they'll be a contender, man. I really don't. I think they're a top 10 team in the East. 10 is probably the floor. I think they're a top maybe 6 team in the East. But they gotta add a guy, man. They really gotta add a guy. I don't know who they're gonna get. I don't know what they're gonna get, but they gotta get a guy at some point. Pelicans, Zion. I mean, what does this say? Zion, Dejounte Murray, Jeremiah Fears, Derek Queen. At class, Jeremiah Fears and Derek Queen. They were okay this year. They need time to grow. The Pelicans, I don't really watch Pelicans games as much, but I think what I've been hearing is Zion is probably gonna get traded during the All-Star break. Maybe. If I was a GM, I'd trade Zion right fucking now, but they want to put butts in the seat, so they don't care about losing franchises and Pelicans. They don't care about losing franchises for Kings, for the Pelicans. They don't care. The Wizards. Well, now that AJ the Pencil, they can actually start winning games. Utah Jazz got Jackson Hayes, which I thought it was a big addition. Jackson Hayes. I'm very vocal on Jackson Hayes. I think Jackson Hayes can be a backup big, but I think he can also be a role big too. I think he can play a Mitchell Robinson role. I think he could play a role like that. And poor old Curry, man. Oh, Josh Okogie? Yeah, brother. I don't know. Brother might stink. Steph Curry, man. Steph Curry. Re-signed Draymond today. I got a notification on my phone about that. Re-signed Draymond today. And that's about it, brother. Jimmy Butler's coming off injury. Don't know what he's gonna look like come playoff time or come regular season. 82 games. You don't even know if he's gonna play 82 games. They said that his date to come back is probably January, close to April. It's over for the Warriors. Man, I don't know. Curry's gonna retire, coming off some losing seasons, and that's gonna be probably it. Draymond Green is probably gonna retire too, coming off some losing seasons, and a 4 championship. Hey, 4-time champion, bro. Can't deny that. The Knicks. They added Andre Drummond, which I thought it was an upgrade over Mr. Robinson. I'll be honest, because Andre Drummond can really just stay on the floor. I don't think Mitchell Robinson can really shut down the floor. As for a given injury, definitely Andre Drummond was a good pickup. A lot of people don't value backup bigs at age what 38, 39. But I love Andre Drummond. Andre Drummond can give you a value of shooting the. He can shoot the pill, but he won't shoot like he not no Steph Curry. But you know, what I'm saying he'll give you 1 and 2 every other game. You know, like in as far as big presence, his rebounding is close to probably Mitchell's at this point in his career. That's probably all he'll get to as far as ceiling. Don't know the other two people on the Knicks. I'm sorry. I just don't know who you are. I wish I would know who you are. I'm going to look most of these players up that got additions, and I'll get back with y'all tomorrow on that. Middleton and DeAndre Ayton. Middleton is funny because Middleton is just like Andrew Nembhard. In the regular season, he's okay. He'll give you those 30-point games, 25-point games. But in the playoffs, he's consistent. He's not an up and down player. He's like an up down player. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I think Middleton got kind of the short end of the stick given his age in the Milwaukee system in the franchise. I really think Middleton is a good damn player. I think he'll score 18, 19. I think he'd be a third player on the championship team. I really do think that. And at times he could have been the second best player on the championship team. You know, given what's like he's a good scorer. He score out dribble. He can pass a little bit. DeAndre, man, got that contract, man. Good fucking look, man. Cause it's gonna be hell, man. I'm telling you, him backing up AD. Oh God, man, that line is gonna be nuts. It's gonna be him, AJ, AD. Not DeAndre M. It's gonna be AJ the Best, AD, Alex Sar. I think you start Keyshawn George, and I think you start Trey Young, and then coming off the bench is Bilal Coulibaly, Trey John. Ooh, do you start Trey or do you start Keyshawn? That's something the Wizards have to figure out. Me personally, I'm starting Keyshawn, and I'm putting Trey on the bench. Not Trey Young, Trey Johnson. Sorry. I think you need that defensive presence. I think Keyshawn provides both offensive and defensive. Trey Johnson lights out from three. I'm talking about he's shooting that bitch out the logo. Like that man got some range. But as far as just helping your team value a little bit of the defensive side, they try to keep that identity. I think you put Keyshawn out there so he won't so they won't just pick and roll Trey to death. And then it's Trey Bilal. Who else on that team? Trey Bilal, Middleton coming off the bench, DeAndre Ayton, and I think it's another person, but I could be wrong. That's all the NBA free agency for 2026. It's a lot more probably coming up, but I'm not sure. So the Thunder, I didn't really talk about the Thunder and the Magic. So the Magic, they're in a shit show because they hadn't did nothing in offseason. They're Nikola Vucevic back. I don't know about Orlando, man. I think they make playoffs, bro. I'm sorry. And okay, decent. OKC did some weird shit. So here's how it works. The fuck Denver up because Denver has to either sign Peyton Watson or he has to be in free agency, restricted free agent. And they matched his contract. OKC matched Denver's contract, and he took the OKC route because I think that was close to a title, and he just took the offer. So they do some weird shit, man. I'll tell you. And that's pretty much it for NBA and NFL talk, man, with ball watching. I am going to get a Steam Deck soon so I can do, different things as far as give you a little different sounds and stuff like that and things of that nature. Um, I'm gonna stay on live for a minute. I am going to stay on live for about a good. Let's see what time we on right now. 7:47. So I'll stay about 10 o'clock, and then I'll have to get off.